Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of ST's Rants, the one-person podcast. I'm your host, ST Purple, of course. Before we begin, I do want to credit some people. This Abby, of course, was made by Azul's Crown. Very good. Jack Skeleton Abby, the best one I have found. And just the background music, I'm not sure exactly who, but it's a lo-fi beats. So what this is gonna be is me, yes, hello, ranting about whatever, it doesn't matter. Usually I'm gonna start off on something, whether it be an idea I had or something randomly generated. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be ranting about said thing for up to like an hour per episode, which the way that it's gonna work, it's gonna be like I'm having a conversation with myself. A bit of my autism EP is I can rant to myself for hours, which is a detriment to my sleep schedule. Doesn't help that I'm recording this at like 1 o'clock. You saw the time there just a minute ago. But I'm just going to be talking to myself, and by the end, who knows, we may even be off topic. It may start off on shower thoughts, it may end on the current state of my room, and how my room's looking. Who knows? It's just going to be a conversation with myself, so I'm going to be babbling on. ST's Rants, one-person podcast. Episode 1 is just going to be this channel and how it's gone from the old days of just Fortnite clips to where it is now with a video that, as of last time I checked, had 18,000 views, which is nuts. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, my first video on this channel was a Fortnite clip from Chapter 2, Season 5. It was a clip of me getting a win that I'm so proud of, even though I don't even touch Fortnite anymore. It was the Predator Mythic at the time. It allowed you to go invisible for usually about like a minute. And if you're crouching, people wouldn't really be able to detect where you're at, because you're almost fully invisible, and you'd just be walking around, and if people heard your footsteps, they'd get a good idea of where you're at. But if you were crouching, no one would have any idea. So what I would do was I would just crouch around while being invisible, and it ended up getting me a win. I was able to sneak up behind some people, shoot them. The last guy did take a bit more effort, but I was able to get him down, and when I was done, I used the Mythic, and I just played the saxophone as an emote. Just a floating saxophone. And I would continue to post clips about Fortnite for a while. And the next real step towards the next step was me making my Twitch channel, which ST Purple Skull Live. I still stream there. It's not dead. Even though I did take a little bit of a break, but I would start streaming. I streamed a variety of things. The first time I streamed, actually, it started off as a quick stream that I was going to do just to make sure that everything worked right. So it was just, I was going to be playing Fortnite for like 20 minutes, making sure that everything sounded good, gameplay looked good, all that. But what ended up happening was within like the first 5 minutes, or if even, I saw that there was a viewer. I had a viewer on my stream, and I was like, oh shit. What am I supposed to do? Do I keep on streaming? Do I get off like I had planned? I didn't get off like I had planned. I ended up streaming for the next like 4 hours. I swapped from Fortnite to Minecraft to Multiverses, and this person was just watching. They didn't really say anything most of the time, but they were there. They didn't actually start commenting until I got to playing a bit of Fall Guys. At which point they were talking to me about it, like asking me how many crown wins I had, or crystal crowns. I hadn't really had any at that point, which still remains to be true. I am not good at Fall Guys at all. It's just I wanted to play some. So we chatted for a bit. I ended off my first stream with a follower right off the bat, which was amazing to me. I didn't expect anyone to really watch my streams. I just expected to be streaming to no one, just doing it for fun. No, I had a viewer on my first stream. I would continue to post clips as I did. Still hadn't really branched out to the games that I've been uploading recently for a while. But when I did, it was amazing. So last year, around March, I would see a video up on, I forget whose channel, but I would see a video, and it was of this game called Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, it looked really cool, and all I knew about it at this time was silly bug game is difficult. That's all I knew. I didn't know much else about it at all, so I wanted to keep it that way. I wanted to start streaming it, and so I did. First stream, it went really well, except for the fact that I was stuck in the first area for 5 hours. But once I got past that, I ended up, after the stream, I went the Green Path in the next area, and I was like, wow, I love this game. So I streamed it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. 9 streams in a row. 9 days. The longest streaming streak I have had since I started. 9 days in a row of playing Hollow Knight. That's how much I fell in love with the game, and I still love it to this day. One of my most recent streams was me doing 100%ing Steel Soul again, and I was talking, for the most part, I started this talking about my YouTube, and we're looping back in on that. I would download the streams, and I uploaded them. You can still find Hollow Knight episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 on my YouTube channel. But there's a little caveat there, because you may have realized I didn't say 8. That's for a reason. You may be thinking, was there something in the stream that you had to take it off or something? No, it's this little thing called procrastination. So Twitch has this thing where if you live stream, you can download the stream for a period of about a week. You have a week, and then it's just gone. And since I said procrastination, you can probably already tell where I'm going with this. The week had passed. I forgot to do it. The day after the week was over, I was like, oh wait, crap. I didn't download that. So I went and checked, and lo and behold, it was gone. And the funny thing with that too, that was the same stream where I, 1, beat the game, and 2, started playing my favorite video game boss of all time, Nightmare King Room. I love Nightmare King Room. And around this time, at some point, I started watching Hell of Boss. And I remember specifically during stream number 8, I mentioned how Nightmare King Room reminded me of Stella's. The robe, the completely monotone colored eyes, unicolored eyes? I don't know. Like, solid colored, like, honestly being a twink. And I kept this love of Hollow Knight, again, to this day. And the reason why I mention Hell of Boss there is I've been trying, or at least I had been trying to keep Hell of Boss out of my channel for a while. keeping most of my main interests on there. Usually still the clips. Fortnite clips were starting to majorly slow down as I started to lose interest in the game, leading to the point where now I'm not even playing it anymore. But the clips started slowing down, and for a bit, all I was posting were streams. And even one of the other videos that I put on there, which was, can you beat Cuphead Hardcore, was a video that my friend edited of a stream. Which, that stream, the goal was to try and beat the game, Cuphead, without dying. Once. And what I meant beat by was 100%ing. 100%ing without dying once. Which I did not do, and I tried to reattempt streaming that at a later date, and I lost all motivation. I stopped that stream within like 10 minutes because I was like, I don't want to do this. And I still haven't beaten that to this day, so maybe I could make a thing out of it, who knows. But, so, it continued to be that until I decided I want to make a skit. I want to make like a skit video, and I don't know what it's going to be. I just want to do it. And what it ended up being was how it feels to lose in P5. P5 being Pantheon 5 of Hollow Knight, which is where you're in a gauntlet of bosses facing each boss in the game, back to back to back to back. Each one. And I wanted to make a skit because I had recently gotten the Shade plush. The Shade plushie, which, if you don't know, the Shade is something that spawns after you die in Hollow Knight, which allows you to, you go back to the last bench that you were at, last bench that you sat at, and if you go back to where you died, you could kill your Shade and get all your Geo back, all of your money. And the Shade would just be a little nuisance, where sometimes, if you would end up dying before killing that Shade, you would just lose all your Geo. And I bought the plushie because I really liked it, and has a little feature where if you press the horn, you can, the eyes glow up and it plays the Shade theme. So I got that plushie and I was like, I want to do something with this. So the plan was to record me pretending to get very far in P5, which I did not get that far. So what I did was, like, around the Pantheon area, you can refight every boss in the game. And what I wanted to do was record a clip of me fighting the second to last boss in P5 and edit it where it looked like when I died, I respawned at the P5 area. I did not get that far at all, but a little bit of editing magic made it look like I was. So the plan was, I would record myself losing there, and I would slam my desk, getting a good transition to me just disappearing from my desk. Like, slam the desk like a perfectly cut scream, and bam, I'm gone. So, what I wanted to have happen there was, as if I died, me slamming my desk, which I don't do, I don't rage. Me slamming my desk would just basically kill me in some way. And I would respawn, which with the benching, with the bench system, it's like you take a rest to set your respawn point. So I was like, what would be a reasonable place for me to take a rest? The original plan was my living room couch, but then I realized that was going to be an issue because family members. So I realized, so I have a bed. So I recorded me getting up from bed, as if I was just confused of what the hell was going on. Like, I was just on my gaming chair, why am I in my bed now? And then I get up, look to my left, and boom, there's a Shade. What the hell is that doing there? I don't know. So I beat it up, and I edited it to make it look like it dropped my wallet, as if it was giving me back my Geo. It was just my wallet, which, on theme, Never Before Christmas wallet. And I thought it would be funny if by the end of the video I somehow die again, right? So I grab my wallet, I walk out of my room, and I go downstairs, pretending as though I have to go do laundry. And I fall down the stairs. I actually fell down the stairs in that clip, and it was funny as fuck. I don't have the original clip anymore. I deleted it off my phone. If I did, I should have made a uncut version and put it on my channel, but I didn't, so too late. But it didn't really go far. The teaser that I made for it ended up having more views, which I've never been a numbers person. I am more of, I like just getting stuff out there. That's how I am. I just want to get stuff I want to make out into the world, and that's what that was. I think that's sitting around somewhere in between 20 and 30 views at the moment, which, again, I don't mind. Right. I got what I wanted made. Is it a bit cringe? Yes. Do I care? No. So, around this time, Twitch was around somewhere between 48 and 50 followers, and my original plan was to eat a chip that consisted of the Pepper X chip for my 100 follower special. And I quickly realized that by the time I got around 50, I looked at the expiration date of said chip, and when I read it the first time, I read it incorrectly. I thought I had another year, but no, at that point, it was already expired by a month. So I was like, okay, scrap the 100, we're doing it at 50. So I ended up over at my friend's house. He wanted to watch me do it, so he and I played some Fortnite duos, and I would stream me eating chip. Had some ice cream on hand, and the chip was very underwhelming. The worst part about it was the taste, cause God, at that point, they sacrifice taste for spice, and when my spice tolerance is pretty high, the spice doesn't really come across nearly as much as it would anyone else, so no one else would really be paying attention to the taste as much, but I was gagging from the taste of that, and it took about an hour for it to get out of my mouth. And I had ice cream, some nice, I believe it was chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It was delicious, but God, it was bad. My original plan was to, well, upload it as a VOD, but I decided against it because if the worst part about it is taste, it's not really funny as much, so that ended up getting scrapped. And then, this is finally around the time, I decided, hey, I want to change my username. So I've been referring to myself as ST Purple Skull this entire time, but for those of you that have been around long enough, you would know that it actually used to be DT Purple Skull. The origins of this is, my first account ever on anything was Purple Skull 2007, because of course little kids have to put their birth year and everything. It was my Roblox account that I made when I was around, let's say, 7 or 8. So it was Purple Skull 2007, and then when I was first making my Xbox account, I wanted to ditch the 2007, keep Purple Skull, but Purple Skull was a bit not enough, you know what I mean? Like, just Purple Skull. It's lacking something. So my older brother was like, hey, do you want to join this clan thing? I was like, sure. And he was like, okay, just put DT at the front of your name. DT Purple Skull was born, and I was a big fan of it. Did I ever interact with that clan thing? No. Never. And not once. But he was DT Elite, I was DT Purple Skull, and he had other friends that were in it, but I never interacted with any of them, and I never even played with my older brother. It was just me. And that's older stepbrother, by the way. I am the eldest of my biologicals, my older stepbrother at the time. Well, still is, but that doesn't matter. So we get to the point where I want to change my username. DT Purple Skull was, it actually stood, DT stood for double tap, and I was like, okay, so I want, no one cares, but I want a bit more of my own identity on here. I want something that's me, you know? So my friend and I, same friend that I had streamed with just a bit ago, that I was just talking about with the Pepper X chip, we were talking about it, and he was originally like, JS Purple Skull for Jack Skellington Purple Skull. And I had thought of the same idea, but it doesn't flow, right? And it kind of connects me to Nightmare Before Christmas more than I would like. Oh yeah, and when I say no, just wait to say that. That'll be a lot more fitting here in a moment. Sorry, but so we were talking about it, had some ideas, and I was like, okay, so T Purple Skull. That's something that I realized I wanted to keep. T Purple Skull sound really good. It's just, what would that first letter be? And I decided on S. Mainly, yes, T, like, as a combination doesn't really stand for anything. But when you separate them, S and T are a lot of my favorite things. Let's just go with S for a minute. So we've got Space, Saturn, Science, Stolas, and some other things that I can't think of at the moment. And then T, we have all three of the main instruments that I play: trombone, tuba, and trumpet. And some other things as well, probably, that I can't think of at the moment. But it's just, S and T represented a lot of things that I personally enjoy, and ST Purple Skull sounds good. So I rolled with it. And this continued for a bit. I would continue to post some clips of games, and I had this little idea. I had been trying to avoid having Hell of a Boss as part of my channel for a while, even though it was like one of my main interests, and still is. It's my current hyperfixation. I had tried to keep it out for a long time, and I was finally like, okay, I have this video idea I want to make. It's just a silly little clip video of every time that someone gets called in Hell of a Boss, which is like someone receiving a call or calling someone. Either way, as long as a phone rang, it would be included. This went from the Blitz getting called by Stolas in episode 1 all the way out to season 2, episode 7, where Fizz is called in the middle of 2 minutes notice by my mom. And I uploaded that, and boom, my first Hell of a Boss video was born. Around this time, I had switched my profile. Again, for those of you that have been around enough, my old profile, which is the same reason why I'm using a Jack Skellington avatar with the purple background, was a Jack Skellington with, like, it looked completely purple. And that is actually because I have a little light in my room that I had gotten for Christmas, and it's like a 2D like Jack Skellington model that can attach to a light, and you can just flip between the colors. I can't say words, but I tried to take a picture of it being purple and was unable to, because the purple IRL it would look purple, but on my phone it would look more of a blue. So I sent it to my friend, the same one that edited the Cuphead video, and I was like, hey, do you think you can make this in purple? And he did. He was able to, and that stayed my profile for a long time, even though Jack Skellington was never in a single video of mine. But around the same time that I made the Hell of a Boss video, I was like, okay, now that I'm actually deciding to embrace this, why not switch my profile as well? So I took an image that I'd seen on Twitter, which was a screenshot of Season 2, Episode 5, Stolas, when he is shot at by Striker. He was switching in between his normal and demon forms. And during one of those forms, he was getting ready for a jump. And as you know, in animation, whenever you're getting ready for a jump, you squish the character down and then have him launch back up. And when he was squished, he kind of looked like a little bird. So I took some time, like an hour, to cut out all the red bits and replace that with purple. and that is still my profile picture to this day as of the time of me recording this, and it's great. I love it. It's my favorite profile picture that I've had, and I would keep on going with a couple more streams, and the next video I would upload was a stream VOD of Have a Nice Death, a 2D roguelike with which, again, I greatly enjoy. I was playing that on stream, trying to get to the point where I could beat it. I don't think I did during that stream, but this was the last video before we get really, really caught up in the timeline. So, next video this was after Apology Tour. I was just 6 a.m., 6 in the morning, just thinking, and I was like, Stillus, after Blitz describes like what he should say sorry for, Stillus says, well, yes, that. And I was like, that sounds weirdly familiar. And I thought about it for a couple minutes, and I was like, oh yeah, Season 1, Episode 6, the Striker and Moxie confrontation. Moxie says, why do you have this, mister? You know that this kind of weapon can kill. Striker comes in, demon royalty. And Moxie says, yes, that. So I was like, alright, since I know I'm not going to be able to sleep without thinking about this, I'm just going to make a quick little video. So what I did was I went in, I recorded the clip of the episode 6 and the apology tour, and I just made it a quick little video. 22 seconds long, didn't really think anything of it. And around the same time, I put in the Valraven's Creation Hub Discord, the group right... this group right here, 16 and up if you do want to join. I really enjoy it. So I put it in the Discord server for that group. Hey, I am thinking of making a saying random things as Stillus video. Because within this group, I almost always do a Stillus voice, to the point where after I'm start doing a Stillus voice, it's hard for me to actually start doing my normal voice. This is my Stillus voice, if you haven't watched that video yet. I've been complimented by it many times within the members of the Val's Creation Hub, so I figured, hey, I've seen videos of people doing it with Sans and some other characters, and I want to make one of my own. So I asked some people within the, well, not some people in particular, just I asked the group, hey, what quotes would you want to hear if I were to make this video? And I got suggested a lot of stuff, mainly by Miniskits and Shinku Inari. Big thank you to you guys if you are watching this. They sent in the majority of the quotes, and I would add some of my own, and I started production on what is my favorite video to date. I recorded it in VR because it was the most authentic to how people have heard me, and this audio quality is way better compared to the audio quality of my phone, which is where I originally planned on recording it. So I recorded my lines here. When I was first doing them, I was over there recording, and it was lagging me out, so I just stayed in the VR homeworld, not the VR chat, just VR and whole homeworld, and I recorded my clips there. And once I had them recorded, I would download the video to my phone and edit them up to have PNGs of Stillus with the text, like the suggestion, up on the screen as well. Because I didn't want it to just be the suggestion on the screen with my voice in the background. I wanted visuals. I wanted stuff that people could see. So I did that. To break up the individual quotes, like, so we didn't have quote, 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 quote. It would be quote, and little fun fact, I went and recorded the static specifically from As This Movie, because before I started edited that bit, As If Movie 15 came out. So I was like, why not use the static from As If Movie, since it was a big part of my childhood and I kind of grew up with it. So why not use As If Movie static to break up my quotes? So I did that. I had gotten the entire Horny Burp section done same day that I decided that it was a 2-minute and 50 long video at that time, and I needed all the normal quotes as well, which took me another couple days. And I released it, and I was really proud of myself. It got some views pretty quickly, and something weird started to happen around this time. Same day, within like the same 24 hours of me uploading that video, my video with the Moxie and Stella's quote, which I named same line, different context, started to blow up. After 8 days of it being released, it blew up out of nowhere. Left field, bam. It's still growing in views as I speak. It's gotten up to 18,000 as of last time I checked. I could check real quick, but I'm in the middle of this. But it went nuts. The Stella's video, the Saying Random Things as Stella's, has gotten up to 530 as of last time I checked. And it has like 21 likes, and the Stella's and Moxie video has around 500 likes as of this recording. And before that started happening, I only had like 30 subscribers. That's boosted up almost double now, up to 60, catching up with Twitch, which I'm very thankful for. And that leads us to today, where I am now recording this, which, funnily enough, I have had this idea for ST's Rants for, let's say 4 months? And remember that procrastination thing I was talking about a bit ago? Yeah, I am just now sitting down to record this, which I'm very glad, because I didn't know about this world, which this world, by the way, is a AVI testing world. Let me show you real quick. Avatar Testing Chamber by Zigor. It's a great world. Obviously my body is here and here. I can grab this body around, move it around. So I think this is where I'm going to be recording all of the ST's rants, because it's good. It's a lot better than me just having my phone and recording it through there. So again, I've had this idea for like 4 months now. I was like, okay, I'm literally losing sleep by ranting to myself. And at one point, for like a solid week, I was ranting to myself, kind of like role-playing me actually recording this. Like literally, I would act out like how I would start the video and everything. So I finally sat down, recorded, and I here now, literally caught up to this present second. Next video, next ST's rant is gonna be about Hell of Boss. So if you guys like this video, please stick around. If you subscribe, you'll be able to, and hit the notification bell, you'll be able to see the next one that will be coming out at a time. Obviously, with my procrastination, I can't promise anything, but it'll be out eventually. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye bye.